Welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast from Eastside with today's faith-rooted principle.
Good morning. It's Monday, June the 8th. This is Pastor Finley Cutshaw, and we are still reviewing the 7 principles that are called the 7 principles of the Judeo-Christian ethic or Christian values. And so today is an interesting one. In fact, I'm going to be reading directly from the American Patriots Bible. Some of these I've just taken the principle and then given my own thoughts with some of his writing mixed in, the writing of the editor here. But today this one will come directly from that for the most part. But the principle is this, and it's number 6, common decency. Common decency. And it's really rooted in the Golden Rule. And most of you are familiar with the Golden Rule. Do unto others, you'd have them do unto you. In fact, Matthew chapter 7, verse number 12, Jesus said it this way, "Therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets." And that refers over to the great commandment, Matthew 22 and verse number 39. We're to love our neighbor as ourselves. Those are guiding principles of common decency found in the Word of God. And not only do they tell us that we ought to do good, but they basically tell us that we ought to refrain from doing anything that would hinder, harm, or hurt our neighbor, those that live around us. Now I'm going to read directly from the American Patriots Bible. Simply put, this is the belief that a decent nation is made up of decent people. That nation, when faced with any trying or difficult situation, will do the decent, right, and honest thing. And for the most part, that has been the record of our national history. For example, Americans have given their lives in wars on foreign soil so that others might experience freedom. A lot of people need to recognize that fact that, and I'm adding to this here, but we need to recognize the fact that a lot of American blood has been shed on foreign soil so that not only we can be free, but that other nations can have that freedom as well. Sometimes in recent years, and I'll get back to reading from the text in a moment, but sometimes in recent years we've had political disposition from some of our leaders that basically says, hey, we need to apologize for our intrusion into these other nations and their conflicts and different things like that. Well, I don't think there's a place that they can point to in history, those that have that attitude, where that nation did not welcome American forces whenever they came in and brought freedom to that country or those people that were being overrun by some other foreign force. And even in Iran, in our recent days, so many of the people, the Iranians living in America, are applauding the fact that we're seeking to help them be free, to help the young people in those nations, the nation of Iran, to experience the same freedoms that we have here. And I, for one, am praying that we'll continue to see freedoms increased in nations like Iran and Venezuela and other places that are not free like we are, so that we can get the gospel to them. And so, anyway, I'm going to come back and read some more here in the common decency under that heading in the American Patriots Bible. It goes on to say, not only have we shed our blood on foreign soil so that they might experience freedom, but Americans have worked to feed the world's poor, to clothe the naked, and to aid the hurting. Americans have opened their arms to many of the world's oppressed and given them safe haven. Engraved on a bronze plaque on the base of the Statue of Liberty are these words from the poem, The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. It says this, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. A world-renowned symbol of freedom. This statue stands to remind us all that America has indeed been and continues to be today a nation of common decency." And can I just say this, since we're on this principle? We are a nation of immigrants. We were founded that way, and we still invite immigration into this nation. But there's two things I want to say about that. Number one, it ought to be done decently and in order. It ought to be done according to the laws of the land. I love people from all foreign lands. I want all of them to experience the wonderful freedoms that we have here, but it must be done the right way. Secondly, those people that came to America in the early days were coming for freedom, and they were not coming to try to make America like the nation they were fleeing from. They were coming here because of a hope in freedom, and many came looking for religious freedoms as well. And so today, I just think we need to understand that common decency and opening our arms to help those in need and those even that come into this country does not include embracing a foreign religion or defying the laws of the land in order to just bring whoever in whenever they want to come in. We must be a nation of laws, and that is a nation of common decency. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Matthew 22:39. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for today's Rooted Principle right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast. If today's conversation has encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast.